After nearly 38 years of doing my life entirely wrong, I finally figured out why I can't boneless. Let me come in a bit closer and I'll tell you my secret. I was born regular-footed. I know what you're thinking. Why are you sitting in your shed on a ride-on mower, and what has this got to do with learning to boneless? Don't know, I was putting up shelves in the shed and I was out here anyway. I figured you guys would appreciate a change of scenery from the dark corner where I normally do my videos. Or if you'd rather have the TLDR version, nothing. It's got absolutely nothing to do with anything. Let me tell you a wee story. A history lesson, if you will. About 25 years ago there was a young lad, let's call him Young Son because he wasn't your dad back then. He picked up a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 that may or may not have been legitimate, I will not speculate on that. After several hundred hours of collecting VHS tapes, wall riding up impossible ledges and somehow ollying over homeless people, still not sure about that one to be honest, all two of his many friends had already caught the bug and were trying to convince Young Son to try skateboarding in real life. Young Son wasn't exactly the daredevil type, but he was willing to give anything a try. He caved to peer pressure, not for the first time, and certainly not for the last, but this time it was a decision that was actually going to change his life for the better. So when Young Son first got on his board, being right-footed when he played football back in the day, the left foot went on first and the right stayed firmly planted on the ground, at least for those last few seconds of safety before it all turned to absolute chaos. Young Son finally worked up the courage to lift his right foot, and without even the slightest bit of lateral movement, both feet came off and went straight up into the air, with the board shooting out and riding off into the sunset sans sun. As time went on, Young Son got more stable and his confidence grew, but when it came to learning to ollie, it just wasn't working out. See how that looks now? That might as well have been a kickflip back Smith compared to how it looked back then. After much discussion, persuasion and good old fashioned slagging from the lads, Young Son again succumbed to the fickle beast that is peer pressure and tried skating goofy, and it eventually stuck. As time went on, Young Son learned how to ollie, kinda learned how to kickflip, kick flop maybe, doesn't matter. Nothing groundbreaking happened in that era anyway. That part of Young Son's life was a bit blurry to be honest. But when Young Son grew up and became your dad, and remember that's two different people, neither of them could boneless. Little side note for the uninitiated, a boneless is an old school trick where you step off with your front foot, you grab with your back hand, and then you jump back on like you've just kicked a bin in frustration. Nothing changed until this very day, March 16th, Stone Cold Steve Austin Day 2025. And only on this day did your dad finally realise what he'd been doing wrong. It turns out it was that switch over to skating goofy all those years ago. But here's the weird bit, after all this time it turns out I can kind of boneless, but only switch. Turns out as I get older, bending down that low just isn't as easy as it once was. Knees be clicking like a Geiger counter. But for whatever reason, doing it switch just gives me that little bit more flexibility, and I think having that tiny wee bit extra strength in my pushing foot just made the whole motion a bit easier to control. So let's break this down and we'll do a little demonstration as to why exactly that is. But first, here's your usual, customary, obligatory camera setup crack and a wee warm-up session. Don't worry, it's only 30 seconds or so, but if you're really that disinterested, you can always use the chapters to skip ahead. Or don't, whatever. If you like what you've seen today, don't forget to subscribe for more skateboarding tricks that I can't do and history lessons about people you've never even heard of. I've been your da, and thank you for watching Skateboarding with your da. Anyway, here it is. Great, more multicam nonsense. You never learn, do you, da? Ollie over the blower. Back in the day, blower used to mean phone. Now you know. Ollie over it. 180. That. And then we'll do a wee boneless. So that would be a new one actually, because that's a 180 straight over that and not doing it at an angle to make it easier. Right. I definitely find it easier bending down that way. Let's try one in my normal stance for comparison. The left hand's also a problem. Right, so that proves I can do it. Oh! Primo just drains all my confidence. That's probably not going to happen again. I'm going to try and push through that fear that I always give into. I need to get the board back behind me, that's what it is. Not behind, but like from in front back into the middle. They're getting better, I would say. I don't think they're going to look good, but I don't care if it looks. Oh, that would have been a good one actually. I'm really stomping that, and that's the problem, is when I go faster I feel like I need to stomp more. Oh, nearly 2 in a row. I would have been happy if I got 2 in a row there. Oh. Do you know the only reason that I started trying these and got this idea is because I was doing that hand no comply thing, and I only seem to be able to do them switch as well. Basically anything that involves hands, the right hand is favourable. I need something to hippie jump over. It's not like you can hippie jump over a leaf blower. That's a job for the summer. Finally do something with all those pallets and make a hippie jump obstacle and use it for all in over as well. Apparently my time's up now, but I'm not ready to give up yet, so 3 more tries. 5, 10, 100, 3. That counts as 1 by the way. Ah, what am I doing wrong there? If you can spot it, I'd like to hear it. Oh! Lies. Yeah, maybe. I've told enough lies in my life to know that that was a lie. 1 more was also a lie. 2 in a row. 3 in a row I suppose, even though they were sketchy. But 3 in a row for me is always good. Fuck it, let's go. Oh, I'm not. I know what one of the problems is. Keep losing my grip. These gloves have got no grip because they're covered in that stuff. Isopon, Bondo, epoxy resin, epoxy putty. Give me names for things that have names for 500 please, Alex. Is it Alex? Probably not. This camera's going back to the middle. We're going to do a boneless and a 180 over that. GoPro died, so I guess that's the end of that. That's enough southern fried chicken for one day. Don't forget to format your SD cards and charge up your batteries before you go out to crispy shred it up. Your dad eats chicken goujons with a knife and fork. Avon Grass Seed!